yes, you can bring your family with you when you move to the UK for your study. I think the UK government has made it easy and it is very nice. Like, even if you have 12 children, you can bring them to the UK in as much as you have the money to pay, and you can accommodate them and get an apartment. Hi loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nicole. I'm an international student based here in the UK. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you love the content I give on this channel, and please, after this video, make sure you go to my other videos, like them, watch them, and trust me, you'll find one or two things that will be very, very helpful to you. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to this channel. I film about faith, I film about relocation, and I film about my lifestyle here in the UK. So guys, I uploaded something recently asking you guys to ask me any question relating to relocation or anything you would like to know, and I'm so glad a lot of people reached out to me. I posted it on Instagram, I posted it on my story, I posted it on my WhatsApp status, I posted it here on YouTube, and then I received so many responses from different platforms where I posted them. So today's video, I'll be answering all the questions, and trust me guys, the questions, it's a lot. So if I'm not able to finish all the questions in one video, I'll make sure I split it into two videos so that one video will not be too long and boring for you guys. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Please, if I do not respond to your question, probably I omitted it, please, you can just reach out to me on Instagram, or you can send me an email, or better still, drop it in the comment section and ask your question so that I can do justice to your question. And also, some of the questions I was asked there, they are like repetition of the video I already made, but I will still be answering your question for the sake of this video, and I will as well be referring you back to my videos. Please guys, before you ask your question, please watch my videos. I want to be asked questions that I did not make, like questions that are not inside the video, not questions I made a whole video on. Please, let's make it easy for me, because these questions, they are so much, and I'll try to do justice to every of the questions. So the first question I'll be answering is, please, I want to have an idea about lecture timetable for an MSc Business and Management September intake. Just an idea, please. Okay, so to answer this question, because I'm not an MSc Business and Management September intake, I would advise you go to the school website, you go to University of Stirling website and check what their previous timetable looks like. I remember before I came to University of Stirling, I went to University of Stirling website, I checked September 2021 timetable just to have an idea of what the courses and what's their timetable look like. But trust me, even if you check the school website and then you see the timetable will be different from what you'll be doing in reality, because that is in the past. So they'll be rescheduling and rearranging some other things so that you can have a different timetable. So you can just check the school website and just check what their timetable used to look like. But trust me, in the UK here, I would say my department, I only have lectures 3 times in a week. It actually depends on department. Some departments you could have your lecture done 2 times in a week, while some you could have your lecture just once in a week. I think I know a department, I can't remember the department. They only go to school on Friday, they have their lecture just once in a week. While on the other hand, your department, you could have lecture 5 times in a week. Like my sister, who is a student at the University of Dundee, she goes to school every day 5 times in a week. So you have to check the previous timetable so that you can know what your timetable will look like for the session and the semester you are going to. I hope that answers your question. So let's go to the next question I have here. What are the admission requirements for studying in the UK? The admission requirements for studying in the UK, I already made a whole video on it, but I'll be answering this question. The admission requirement is that you should have your documents, which I do mention, your transcript, your certificate. That is if you are planning to do your masters, your transcript, your certificate, your English proficiency, which could be your IELTS or your WAEC results. And please just check it. I'll drop the link in my description box. All that you need, the requirements to get admission in the UK: writing your personal statements, CV reference. So that's just basically all you need to start your admission process, your admission requirements. So you should have all your documents. That's it. The next question is, how do I apply for a student visa to study in the UK? Okay, how can you apply for a student visa to study in the UK? You have to have the documents you need to apply for your student visa. I made a video on it, like what you need to do after you've gotten admission. So I'll just drop it in the description box. Please watch the video. But what you just basically need to do after you have your admission and or you want to apply for your student visa is have the documents you use to get your admission. Those are the documents you'll be uploading for your visa, and then you pay for your visa fee. So those are just the things you need to do. There's nothing special. You just need to upload the documents you use in securing your admission. Those are the documents you will upload for your visa. The next question is, how do I apply for a student visa to study in the UK? Okay, how can you apply for a student visa to study in the UK? You have to have the documents you need to apply for your student visa. I made a video on it, like what you need to do after you've gotten admission. So I'll just drop it in the description box. Please watch the video. But what you just basically need to do after you have your admission and or you want to apply for your student visa is have the documents you use to get your admission. Those are the documents you'll be uploading for your visa, and then you pay for your visa fee. So those are just the things you need to do. There's nothing special. You just need to upload the documents you use in securing your admission. Those are the documents you will upload for your visa. What is the cost of tuition and living expenses in the UK? It's really funny that almost all this question I've been answering, I have a whole video talking about them. So the cost of your tuition, you have to go to the university website. Whatever school you are applying, go to the website, check the tuition fee for the course you want to study and the living expenses. Like I said, living expenses in the UK for a month, if it is outside of London, it is £1,023 per month. But if it is in London, I think it is 1,033. I can't remember, but I'll drop a link in the description box, which I made a video on the total cost of relocating to the UK in 2023. You have to calculate your whole tuition fee plus your maintenance fee for 9 months to know the amount you'll be using as your proof of fund or anything you want to do. So your living expenses is 9,207 if you are living outside London, and you calculate it with your tuition fee. So that is the total amount you need. Are there scholarships available for international students? Yes, there are scholarships available for international students in the UK. But the truth is, most people try not to see it as scholarship, because even with the fact that they are giving you scholarship, you still end up paying so much as an international student compared to home students, where they pay like £2,000, £3,000 for the same course you are studying, while you will be paying £15,000. Like, it's still a lot, no matter how much they remove. But trust me, schools in the UK offer scholarship, and I always advise people, like, it's better you go for schools that give scholarship than go for schools that do not. Like University of Stirling, where I school, they gave me £4,000 scholarship, but even at the fact that they gave $4,000, you still have a lot to pay. But schools in the UK give scholarship, and also there are also some extra scholarships one could apply for. I made a video on scholarships you could apply for on this channel. You could apply for Commonwealth scholarship, you could apply for Shivering scholarship, and so many on. I'll leave the link in the description box. Scholarships you could apply for to come to the UK. So what is the process of finding accommodation in the UK? What is the process of finding accommodation in the UK? So I made a whole video also talking about how to get accommodation in the UK. So please, you can just watch that. And how can you get accommodation in the UK? You use applications. You go on Zoopla, you go on Rightmove, you go on Facebook, you join WhatsApp groups, and then you begin to search for accommodation. So that is basically how you can go about getting accommodation in the UK. Another question says, how can I prepare for living and studying in the UK culturally and socially? Like, this is a very good question. Like, how can you prepare living in the UK? Like, it actually takes planning and preparation. You cannot just wake up one morning and say you want to live and then relocate to the UK. You have to be mentally okay. You have to plan mentally, because coming from a place like Nigeria and then relocating to UK, it's a different ball game. Like, everything culturally, socially, emotionally, it is very different. If you are coming from a place like Nigeria where you have family and friends, where you go out, and then you come to a place here where it's just you, if you don't plan, my dear, you'll be depressed. So it takes a lot of planning. Also culturally, it is different from how we do things here. I mean, from how we do things back in our home country. Like, let me give an example. In our culture in Nigeria, when you see people, you honor them by using, oh, good afternoon, sir, good afternoon, ma, how are you doing, miss, this and that. But here in the UK, it doesn't work that way. People call themselves by their name. They say, hey, this, they call this name, hey, and that does not mean they are being disrespectful. So you have to actually learn and be open to changes so that you can know how things are done in the UK. I hope that answers your question. So the next question is, are there any restrictions on working part-time while studying in the UK? Yes, there are restrictions, while studying in the UK. As a student, you are only allowed to work 20 hours in a week, which means you can only work 80 hours in a week during term time. If you do something against that, you are going against the rule laid down by the UK government. So you can only work 20 hours in a week. Some people do not even work up to 20 hours because it's when you see shifts you can work, right? But during school term, but during the holiday you can work as long as you want to work. You can work more hours, you can do video and all of those stuff. But I always advise people, be very, very considerate of yourself and your health. Don't do more than what your body can allow you to do. I hope that answers your question. What are the options for post-study work opportunities in the UK? What are the options for post-study work opportunities in the UK? Okay, so after you have your master's done, whether it is a 1-year master's in the UK or a 2 years master's in the UK, you can apply for a post-study, which means you want to stay back in the UK and get a post-study of 2 years. You could choose that. Well, if you get a work that is willing to sponsor you and move you from a tier 4 visa to a tier 2 visa, which is, work visa, so you could as well consider that. You could as well get a job that is willing to sponsor you and then put you on a 5-year work visa, or you could consider applying for the post-study visa. I think the post-study visa is £2,000, or I think someone said £2,100. So you have to pay £2,100 after your master's to secure a post-study visa. And if you are not working in the care sector, you have to pay IHS, and IHS fee is a lot. It is a lot, guys. I think it's about £800. I cannot remember. But if you are working in the care sector, you just pay for your post-study and that is all you need to pay for. So you can consider getting a job that is willing to sponsor you. So guys, if you want me to make a video on care jobs that sponsor in the UK, just let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely do a video on care jobs you should look out for that sponsors in the UK. So another question is, how can I make the most out of my study experience in the UK? How can I make the most out of my study experience in the UK? How you can make the most out of your study experience in the UK is for you to study. Like, you are in the UK to study, so you have to take your time and do what you are here for, and then study and also how to make most out of your study in the UK is to explore. Like, sometimes we see that, okay, because we came here to study, we tend to shut out on other things. We do not focus on other things. While you are here to study, you can as well explore, know new environments, travel to places, eat different food, learn different culture and societal beliefs. But trust me, you also need to study and make use of the life. Like, the way it works in the UK, you have all the facilities you actually need to study. All your materials, you can easily get them on your canvas, you can easily get them on the school website, you can easily get them from a library. So how you can just make the best out of your study experience is to make friends and then commune with people. So I hope that answers the question. So another question is, are there any cultural differences that I should be aware of before moving to the UK? There are so many cultural differences, my dear. There are so many, and I made a whole video on culture shock in the UK. So please, I'll drop the link in the description box so that I don't repeat myself. Please just watch the video. How long does it take to get a student visa for the UK? A student visa in the UK, you could opt in for the standard visa. Standard visa takes just 3 weeks for your application to be successful or denied. Okay, so that is just 3 weeks. That is the standard visa. You could go for the priority visa. Priority visa takes 3 to 5 days, while super priority could take 1 to 3 days. So it depends on your pocket, it depends on whatever you want. Submit your application and get your response in 3 weeks if you want to go for the standard visa. Are there any English language proficiency requirements for studying in the UK? Okay, for the English requirements in the UK, I feel UK is actually being fair with their English requirements, especially if you are coming from a place like Nigeria compared to some other country. If some schools mandate that you write IELTS or Duolingo, so it depends. But most schools actually accept WAEC results, NECO results, in as much as you have a C6 grade. So if you did not meet up the requirement of having a C6 in your WAEC, I'm afraid you have to write IELTS. While some schools would accept your WAEC only if you graduated within 5 years, like University of Stirling. If you finished your university within 5 years, you can use it, while sometimes after 5 years you cannot. Some courses are, you have to write IELTS compulsorily. So I think that's the thing with my school. It's a bit compulsory if you don't fall within the 5 years. So for universities generally in the UK, you will find schools that take WAEC results and then you don't have to write IELTS, because IELTS is very, very expensive. Can I work in the UK after completing my studies? Yes, I already said that. What kind of support services are available for international students in the UK? One of the support services that are available for international students is the scholarship they give to you at the beginning of the session. So that is one of the ways to support. Also, in your school, there are always international bodies, like students union bodies, like in case you are going through any issue, like because they take mental health seriously in the UK, or you are down, you can easily speak to your international student union and they support you. You could take sessions and therapy and different things. So there are so many ways they support international students, because when you come to the UK, trust me, you are not alone. And in that department, I believe they also have international students to be doing that for international students, so that they can relate whatever you are going through. How can I find a part-time job while studying in the UK? How can you find a part-time job while studying in the UK? Getting job in the UK, oh my goodness, is not, I don't know, I don't even know what exactly to say. It's not always easy, but trust me, it is possible. There are so many people with different experiences of job. Some are in the UK, they didn't get a job until after 3 months, while some they got their job in a week or two. So getting a part-time job in the UK, some of the jobs require you have experience, and when you don't have experience, it will be difficult for you to get them. But getting to the UK, you can start with menial jobs. Like some jobs do not need requirements, like jobs like working in a warehouse, because they really need people to do the job. So you can easily get a warehouse job in the UK, or you can get a cleaning job, or just menial jobs, and then just until you get the job you really want to get here in the UK. So how you can find part-time jobs while studying is that you go on Indeed, you apply, and you tell people around you that you are looking for a job, because sometimes there might be openings in some jobs, but when you don't speak to people, you wouldn't know whether they are in need of someone. And then also drop it on groups. People are always posting jobs on groups, so you could find yours on your university group. What are the health insurance requirements for international students in the UK? So remember that when you were coming to the UK, you did not only pay for your visa fee, you pay for your health insurance fee. So the requirements for health insurance in the UK is, after you have paid the fee when you wanted to apply for your visa, when you get to the UK, it covers the year. If you paid for a year program, so the health insurance you paid for covers the whole year. And when you get to the UK, you register in a GP and then you book appointments for whenever you want to see the doctor. So I think it's just easy. And the documents you need to register, you need your BRP. Basically, I feel it's just a means of identification. You could use your visa, you could use your BRP, while it depends on the GP. Actually, some GP would ask you bring a means of your utility bill. Some will different requirements, so it depends on the GP you are registered with. So it's whatever they ask you to bring, you have to bring. So the next question is, how can I open a bank account in the UK as an international student? How can you open a bank account in the UK as an international student? So as an international student, you can open an online bank when you get into the UK, because I'm sure you want to transfer the money you are bringing to a bank so that you don't end up carrying money about. So you could just download Revolut Bank or Monzo Bank. Those are accounts people use mostly in the UK, an online bank. I will drop the link in my description box, so you can use the link to download the application. You open an online bank, and I think these online banks, you don't need like an address per se. Like, you have to put in an address, compared to if you're opening a Bank of Scotland bank where you need like a physical address. Definitely you need an address to open the account, but you could open an online bank first before you open a street bank that you can put your money in case there is any issue. You can easily go to a street bank and then they resolve it for you. So for the street bank, you could go on their website, or you could go to the bank physically that you want to open an account, and they will tell you what to do. But trust me, even if you go to the bank physically, they will direct you back to their website for you to apply. And the things you only need to apply is a proof of address, your BRP, and I think that's just basically all you need. I can't remember per se, but I'm not sure you need your NI to register for a bank account. You do not need your NI. It's just a means of identification and your BRP basically. What kind of cultural events and activities are available for international students in the UK? Oh my goodness, what kind of cultural events? See, trust me, I don't know if the school you are going to is like my school, but trust me, I believe these schools, like, they are always having events back to back, like different cultural events. They will send you email, oh, this is happening, you can come for it, this is happening. If you are someone that you love going out, there are so many events organized by the school that you will go for, especially, I don't know, I don't want to say especially here in Scotland. Like, there are events back to back that I'm always getting series of emails almost every day that, oh, there is this event, you can come for it, you can register, you can do that. So don't worry at all. When you go to school, your school, they could probably have a lot of events that you can attend as an international student. I think there was a recent event in my school. I think it's also a cultural event, tribes and everybody coming together, making your food, wearing your attire, displaying whatever you have to do. So that's the way to mingle and know other people's culture. So there are so many cultural events in the UK. Another question is, what is the student life in the UK? The student life in the UK. Student life in the UK can be boring, and at the same time is actually very sweet, because you're a student, you're actually able to get a lot of discounts in so many ways, and at the same time it is boring because especially when you're an international student and you don't know what to do, you are not really exposed, you're just trying to figure out your way around things, you could find it boring. But with time, when you make friends with people, you will get along and know how things are done. So student life in the UK is just what it is. Okay, so another question is, can I bring my family with me when I move to the UK for study? Yes, you can bring your family with you when you move to the UK for your study. I think the UK government has made it easy, and it is very nice. Like, even if you have 12 children, you can bring them to the UK in as much as you have the money to pay, and you can accommodate them and get an apartment for them. So you can come in with your family, and then you all will live in the UK, and you will be a student while your family will be the dependent. Your husband or your wife can work full-time while you work 20 hours per week. So guys, I will just end this video here because this video is going to be too long. I'll make the second part of this video. Please, if you find this video helpful, like it and then subscribe to my channel, leave a lovely comment in the comment section, and come back to watch the next video. Till I come your way again, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.